G'day legends, Mick here from Fin to Fin Aquariums again. I have been playing with this new rack today, so just doing a little bit of an update on how it's coming along. I got 2 more tanks out of the other room, got them in, just got to paint a couple of backings still. Still tinkering with lights on how I'm going to do that, but and obviously paint the back of these two. I've gone and put like one little Endler in each tank just to see how they go, because I did use a bit of the water that was already in them, and then pretty much like doing a 60-70% water change for most of them. But I think the top ones, well, maybe the top 6, maybe 6 out of the 12 would have been 100% water change, and then I did start using. So there's a few little Endlers in there, and this one doesn't look like I reckon that one's even alive, so not sure why I put the drops in, but that's why I always experiment. I just throw a little Endler in like this and they'll cruise around in there. And for the first week I've left most of the bit of biofilm and that on the sides. I'll clean the front obviously, but I'm not too concerned about the sides and back. I have just trialled with this middle row. I just wanted to see what it looked like with a real thin layer of gravel, and when I say thin, it's not even covering the floor completely. So these are just going to hold probably a dozen guppies and probably just 2 or 3 bristlenose in each tank. That's all they're going to have, so it's not going to be a lot. And then obviously baby guppies will be getting moved out instead of staying in there. So it won't get overcrowded like they do now. So obviously lights, for now, just tuck them up in there. They do push back in further, but obviously you lose the brightness. So, and I'm just going to experiment these plants. We'll get, I've just set this one back up here, but I'm going to run some wire up here of some kind across, and I'll get these all entwined up there, and then the plants can grow up high above the tanks more so the light can then focus more on in the tanks. So what I'll do is obviously these top ones, which are head height, I'll put probably the fish that I like looking at the most will probably go in that top row, because it's just head height. When you come in, they're just there, you're looking straight at them. So I'll put some of the prettier guppies in there. In those 4, some pretty decent ones will still go in this middle row obviously, and the bottom row I will put the guppies that probably look nicer from above, because there is some like I've got some platinum red big ears or something they're called. They look really cool from above. Like if you put them out in a pond, they look awesome. They look better from above than they do looking at them, so they'll be the types of guppies that will come down in these lower tanks. So yeah. And obviously when I do my water changes, these tanks are a bit higher off the ground too. They're my old racking system, so that will be helpful as well, because I do siphon everything still for the time being. So yeah, so that's the new rack, all getting set up. Still got to muck around with lighting. The top light's just been strung up there, pretty average. Nothing, but it's not. I've got a bit of just using some old stuff that used to be under the tanks. Block out that wall, I'm thinking. That's what I wanted to do. But yeah, overall, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think by the time I'm finished with it, I'll get it looking pretty good, I reckon. I just sorted out that top. I am thinking of putting like an actual proper aquarium light up the top, like a 4-foot one, and the little frame coming up, and a nice 4-footer above there with a bit more light. Ideally, I'd love that on every one, but obviously it's not cheap. It's just more money you're spending than these lights actually do the job. But they just don't highlight the fish that well, as obviously a proper aquarium light. The only proper aquarium light I own is this one, and I've been emptying this tank out, so this is not really going to look great. But obviously you turn that on, and the German lights, they look awesome. You know, nice blues and the white. They look really cool. Even the Endless, you know, look really nice under proper lighting. Unfortunately, when you don't have proper lighting, one of the downfalls is your fish still look cool, but it just doesn't highlight the colours like that Endler there. It's just a pretty standard Endler, but it doesn't look anything spectacular in there. But if you come over and look at his brothers, Cruiser in there, and you just see the brighter oranges and so forth. They just colours just highlight better under the proper light spectrum and all that, and other fish, and you know, the blues pop. And so yeah, that's what I'd like to do, get some proper lighting, but it'd be a very slow process. So I'm looking at some lighting now. I'm going to trial a 4-footer up the top and see how it goes, and if it goes really well I'll look to get some more. And there is some lights obviously more suited to plants as well, so maybe that's something I'll look at, and I'll, you know, to help with the Anubis. And obviously I do use a lot of hornwort, whatever you want to call it, floating you know, pond plants. I just use a lot of this stuff in all my tanks for the fry to hide in, but I do want to get into the habit of having a couple of these bad boys in every tank, because I'm not going to overload these tanks like say when you look at these ones for an example. You just go up here and, you know, like all the fish are just left in there, and it just gets too crowded, and you know, they don't breed well. They stop breeding kind of thing, or any babies get eaten anyway, and they just get crowded, and you need to do more water changes, you lose more fish, and it's just a pain in the ass. So you want to keep them a bit more low key. More tanks I'll have, but less fish per tank. But anyway, long story short, that's the rack. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's going at the moment. Definitely keen to get a second one set up hard against this one, so there'll be 24 tanks in this space, and I think that'll look a bit better, and that will create a bigger gap at the end here for racks to move back and across. So that's the plan. But yeah, really wanted to just look at this new rack, let you know, see what people think, and I'm pretty happy with it. Will I put lids on these? Probably most of them, half a lid at least, maybe. Depends what fish. Most of the guppies, I don't have any issues with the guppies jumping out, to be honest, because I always leave one light on in this room at night. I think if you leave one light on, less fish jump out. And if I turn all the lights off and it's pitch black, I nearly always have a fish somewhere jump out of the tank. So, but as long as there's a crack of light, usually pretty good. So I think this will be a good setup. The guppies will be easy to see, especially if I get better lighting. But the bristlenose will be in here. You'll be able to see him and say, oh yep, she's in the cave. Very easy to see, very streamlined. Just overall, hopefully easier for me to manage. Yeah, quick video. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments about this rack, or any other racks that people use. I'd love to know. But overall, I'm actually happy with it. Bit of mucking around, piss farting around with different tanks, obviously because there's different sizes and the width. But if I can get the lighting sorted at the top, and possibly I will paint the boards underneath black as well, and I may hang a black curtain of some kind down the back to block the cream wall, because that kind of, I don't know, just I don't like that. I reckon that the green plants will look better if that's all black and the light highlights the plants. So that's what I'll do. It's a bit more stuffing around, but you want it to look good. And yeah, go from there. So whether I go gravel or bare bottom, obviously gravel looks better. You can't tell me even a pathetic layer of gravel like that looks better than that. I painted the base of that one to see what it would look like. But obviously normally, you know, they've got black matting under them, but you know, they get that reflection off the bottom and it's shit. So, but anyway, that's it. Thanks for checking it out. Keep updated, and I'll do some more changes as I go. When I get this light, I'll do a bit of a. It's a pretty cool light. It's got lots of different functions, light cycles, morning, daylight, night time, like your sunrise, sunset, and then light through the middle of the day, all on timers and everything. So really keen to get that on that top one and really test it out, or on any one of them. And then yeah, if it's, you know, pretty cool, I'll look at getting more. So, yeah, work in progress. Thanks for watching, Legends. Everyone, have a great weekend. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please comment, and I do get back to pretty much everyone, I think. If I do miss you, it's by accident, but I always check the comments and I always reply. So, cheers, Legends. Have a good one.